Stay active no matter how busy your life is. A quick workout is better than no workout. Hey everybody, and welcome back to I Got This podcast with LEX and MGP. My name is Lex. I've been a personal trainer for 7 years now. Martha is my client, and she has been with me for 4 years. Over our time together, she's lost over 60 pounds, and we have learned so much together. We've learned what works, what doesn't work, and more importantly, we've had so much fun doing it. So join us each and every week as we talk about whatever the hell we want. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to I Got This podcast with LEX and MGP.
I'm back this week.
I missed you last week, I'm not going to lie. We're back in our studio. This is my closet. It's my dressing room. How does it feel, though?
You dragged me in here, too, so it's fun. We have our little space now.
We do, and we can look at each other in the eyes. We don't have, like, a computer right in front of us. We're not sitting at a table. It feels like we're in studio. I'm not going to lie.
No, it's cozy. I like it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I put a lot of work into our studio in May. May tends to be like such a busy month, right?
It does. Yeah.
Graduations. I have like 4 pregnant cousins right now with baby showers this month. Just like, I feel like people with kids, sports are starting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have little kids, it's like that end of the year, they have the field day and the final concert and it's like stuff just starts filling your calendar.
A bunch of stuff. Yeah. And then, you got like, little kid stuff. And then adults have like rec leagues beginning too. I know like a lot of my clients have like
golf
sports.
League. Yeah.
You started golf.
Right.
Everybody, people are traveling too.
Exactly. And then even if you have bigger kids, it's graduation season, it's prom, it's all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. And then like, wow, it's crazy. And I thought my life was like busy now.
And that's just in a normal year. And then you just take on some more stuff like the craziness I've taken on. So,
Exactly. So I thought this was a good time to kind of talk about how to stay consistent when your life is really, really full. And it's probably a lot of things that our listeners have heard before, but it's always good to kind of plan it out and talk more about it and break it down into layman's terms, or break it down into the 10 steps, put 8 steps in.
Okay.
8 steps.
We'll probably come up with 9 and 10 while we're doing it.
We probably will. That's another one. These are steps that we made up.
Yep.
So there's no rhyme or reason to them.
No.
Let's talk about number 1, your busy schedule.
Okay. Well, I have a full-time job.
Number 1.
Yep.
Okay.
I co-host a podcast.
Number 2, it's Friday night here. We're actually podcasting 2 days before this will drop.
Yes.
I have a very busy weekend ahead. So do you.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're like, I guess Friday night we're drinking Olipop and
sitting in the closet.
Yeah, sitting in the closet. The goal is just, honestly, we found like, it's the same thing, I guess. Wow, crazy. Dots connect. I mean, this is like a priority for us is to stay consistent because our listeners, they like will listen every Monday. Guys, thank you so much for listening every Monday. And the key is to being consistent, and in our very busy schedules, because May is like insane, we are making this a priority, right?
We are, absolutely. We told each of our significant others, ciao.
Peace out.
We have a date with each other on Friday.
Get the hell out of here. That's great. Yeah, it's kind of funny. So anyway, so you have.
So that, of course, the podcast.
I'm
running for office.
Yep.
So I have all that, that world, So it just, it does never, plus I'm,
you're
a mom and a wife.
And you're a daughter.
And a daughter. So there's that world too.
Yep. You're at a stage in your life where your mom tends to need you more. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
As we age, our parents tend to need us more, right? So,
it seems like just right around the time that your kids are independent,
your parents
flip.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like a lot on you. Yep.
So it just keeps going.
Yeah, you got a lot going on. Don't you have another duty as well? Aren't you a commissioner of sorts?
Yes. I am also our city's zoning board commissioner.
Yes. So you do wear many hats, right?
Yeah.
So it's getting really busy. And you just signed up to run a Tough Mudder, didn't you?
Someone might have strong-armed me into doing that with her.
That would be me. So with that being said, saying that every week looks a little bit different, right? So that's a big piece. Like no week is the exact same. You have so many different events coming up that you cannot schedule, or like you can't change those events. So you have to change your routine. Okay. So how have you been able to keep up your fitness routine?
Well, it's got to become a priority. And that's it first and foremost. So I have to look at my week, and as crazy as it might be, and my calendar is just jammed, when can I fit it in? And then usually I have to talk to you and say, okay, which days can you take me? And then we work around it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So I'm also going to kind of mishmash, like, mend two of our things together. So number one, you have to make it a priority, but you have to make what workouts are going to be your priority.
Correct.
Because a lot of people are like, I just need to work out 7 days a week, right? And in reality, that, like, you can't, like, how are you going to do that?
Sometimes it's just not physically possible.
Exactly. So what gets you a result, or each person? So each person needs something different to get a really good result. So a lot of people, I say your priority should be strength training just 3 days a week. Like, don't say I have to work out 6 days a week during your busy season. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
But if you can prioritize strength training for 3, or even if you are into running right now, it could be like running for 3 days a week. I want to hit 3 miles 3 days a week, something like that. So it's not just prioritizing the workouts, it's prioritizing which workouts.
Right. And that's actually what we talked about today when we were training.
It was. Exactly.
Because I'm like, what can I knew the last couple of days have been tough for me as far as getting to the gym or whatever. And I told you I just, threw a leash on my dog and made her go walking with me.
Yeah.
Because that's all I could really fit in.
And that was fine.
Yeah.
I was happy with that.
And so that's why I asked you today. I said, what do I need to do? And we talked about, 4 days, and this is what we need to get done on those 4 days. And anything beyond that is a bonus.
And then you asked, you're like, well, what if I don't get it in on, like, these specific days? I was like, I don't really care. I mean, your body, you're not a collegiate athlete, right? You might be sore. Like, let's say you accidentally do upper and upper 2 days in a row, or you do upper, lower, whatever. You do full body too quickly back to back. Like, you're not, unless you're lifting insanely heavy, like, you're probably not going to hurt yourself if you're just doing it for your own health and wellness.
Right.
So that's something to keep in mind too, right?
And that actually took some pressure. I was feeling a little guilty because I didn't get the lift in yesterday, but I knew I was lifting today, so it was fine.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Okay, and then set yourself up for success too. So, like, prioritize 3 to 4 days. And you get 3 days in, is that still a win?
Yeah, for sure.
If you get 2 days in, is that still a win?
Still better than nothing.
Better than nothing. Most people don't even get 2 workouts in a week. So, like, are you in a better boat than 90% of people? Yeah. People go months without working out. So, like, it's not that big of a deal. I think a lot. I'm not the trainer that's going to be like, oh my God, like, you didn't work out. I don't know. You didn't work out 6 days a week. Like, you're going to fail. Like, that's just incorrect. It's just incorrect. You're not going to fail.
Not that trainer.
It's also just not right if you're making healthy choices, right? Let's talk about second topic that matters.
So, we had scheduling and daily routine, which we kind of just touched on.
Yeah.
But then you find someone to keep you accountable.
That's a big thing, isn't it? It really is.
And I feel like I actually have 2 accountability partners. You're one of them, of course.
Of course.
And I have an appointment with you when we're training.
Yeah, like, you have to come. You have to come to the appointment.
She will come and get me.
I'll charge you.
Or that.
Or I'll take your money. Thanks. Sorry. No, just kidding. But I would rather you come than take your money. I don't want that. Anyway.
So there's that. But then also on the days I'm not with you, a lot of times my husband will say, well, what are you doing to work out today?
That's good.
And sometimes I might actually say, it's a rest day. Or I'm going to take Molly, that's our dog, for a walk. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to the gym. But we always ask each other kind of like, what are you doing today to work out?
Right.
And so it's part of our normal conversation on a daily basis.
How healthy is that?
Yeah.
No, a lot of people don't do that. Like, your partner doesn't, like, a lot of people's partners don't be like, hey, how are you moving today? How are you taking care of yourself today?
Yeah.
That is so healthy. Honestly, I think that should be a huge part of conversation with the person you're, like, with. Because if you're not talking about it, you're like, I'm just going to the gym, and then you're not like, oh, well, what did you do at the gym? Or, that does matter. So I think that's huge. I think that's really healthy, and I think that's huge. Yeah. And even I have, like, a lot of women that train, and they try to get their moms into the gym too. They'll say they just, like, talk about what they did. I guess people are excited to talk about their wellness. Most people are.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's really nice. And if it happens even to be a rest day for him, he's not like, oh, I'm resting. Why aren't you resting? Like, it's fine.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one, I actually have a controversial thought on it.
Oh, controversial thought.
It's not that controversial.
I feel like there should be some sort of music, like dun dun dun.
So we said, I know, you're kind of right. Controversial. It's not that controversial. So thought is, we wrote, like, vary it up. So like, make each workout different.
Oh, we don't do that.
But we don't do that. So I actually take that back. I would say during busy seasons, stick to a very basic, very simple program that you can follow that is super achievable. Break it down. It's basically like regressing it to achievable lifts. So like, let's say you are going to say, okay, I am going to lift 2 days a week and run 1 day a week during my very busy times. So on one day I'm going to do lower, I'm going to squat, I'm going to hinge, I'm going to hip thrust, and boom. And then I'm going to do chest press, pull-ups, and bicep curls, whatever. I'm just throwing some exercises out there. On your upper day, boom. There you go.
Yeah. I feel like our big lifts, we don't vary.
No.
We might vary up the accessory stuff.
Yeah, those are the ones I'm most worried about is the big lifts. Yeah.
So that's where you can, I mean, if you're getting bored, you can change it up a little, I suppose.
Yeah, I would say don't vary it up for sure. During busy season, be consistent so you don't have to stress and overthink and use your like thinking ability to think about your workout. Just like follow a program that you've been doing and then follow it for 4 to 6 weeks, however long your busy season is. So, or follow the workout your trainer wrote you.
Yeah, that's what I usually try to do.
Yeah.
Are they actually going to be attainable when your schedule's that full?
Yeah.
Don't put that pressure.
What are your thoughts? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
So, with the lifts and stuff for me, it's how many. I was putting that pressure of I still got to get to the gym 6 times a week. I just can't right now.
Right.
So 4 is achievable.
Yeah. What about like your physical goals during this time?
So I'm concentrating. It becomes a little bit more. I mean, nutrition has to become more important, actually.
Yeah.
And I really have to watch that. I'm concentrating more on what I'm putting in my body, not necessarily how much, the tracking of it or whatever, but just, making the good choices, focusing on that.
Good. Yeah. I think in terms of achievable goals, like people are like, no matter what, if you're working out, you want to get to a certain place, no matter what. But if you don't have as much time to dictate towards, and I would say, Martha, you are a small percentage of people who is super organized. Like most of the people I know are not, right? So like the moms with little kids, like that try to meal prep but don't have a ton of time.
Oh yeah, that would have been impossible when they were toddlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say like I'm going to take it out of your shoes and put it into somebody who is still trying super hard and saying, number one, yes, focus on nutrition. But like maybe if this is a season of insanity, know that like you might not get insane results at this time. And then kind of dragging it back to our last podcast is like, at least you're still making an effort to make good choices. But if you gave up and you stop making an effort, when you're ready to come back to it and when you have time to put consistent effort into it, you would be 10 steps backwards as opposed to where you are right now or slowly moving forward. So if life is busy and you're in this like just a month of, I'm just going to reference May.
Yep.
Take the pressure off getting results and just know when time slows down, you can rev it up. Just know, be prepared for a time you can pump it up even more.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
And I know May's not going to be perfect from all that. And you just got to survive it. I know that sounds like
that's okay.
It's not that hard but I mean, you have to survive it. And it sounds like I'm saying something more, dramatic than it is, but that's what it really feels like sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm in these seasons of like fullness, busyness, fullness, I like to say like, I just have to, survive it or maneuver it, but keep good energy through it. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, sleep becomes an issue during this time.
Oh, me too. I haven't. Yes.
So I
get it.
That one I have to focus on and work on, and try to get there. So
I get it. Yeah, that's a hard one, but I mean, the best you can do is the best you can do. If you're like, you can't go to bed at 9 o'clock every weekend, like that's
right.
Not living life, right?
Yeah, and sometimes you have to accommodate your schedule too. A couple nights ago, I was exhausted, and I was like, I can't do these other 4 things on my to-do list tonight.
Oh,
and then let it go.
Yeah, and just be like okay with it not getting done.
Yes, nothing was gonna like burn down or not happen if I didn't do those 4 things that night.
Isn't that? I think when you put it in that perspective, you're like, oh, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
I
can
like
do
that.
it tomorrow. I can hit it tomorrow. We talked about trackers.
Yep, habit trackers.
Yep.
Okay, so for busy times, here's the thing. there are benefits and like there are pros and cons, of course. So like if you look at an Apple Watch and you're like, oh, I'm so busy and I didn't hit my rings today, you get stressed, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking. It creates anxiety sometimes in me.
So maybe drop it, I guess.
Why does this have so much power?
Yeah. Why does the Apple Watch have reign over your life?
But then it gets sassy with you because it'll say, well, if you got up and took a walk,
I know, then you probably wouldn't be as stressed.
I mean, the other day, literally, it told me I needed to take a 2-minute walk to close my rings. And
Did it really?
2 minutes? By the time I go upstairs, it'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. So funny. So I do think so. I'm not saying don't use a fitness tracker. I think there are times to use it and times not to.
Right.
I would say you could still journal how many days you get in a week. I think there is pros to tracking your workouts, just making sure you get 3 days in.
Right.
But there's like the fitness trackers, the ones that like make you move every single day, or the My Zones, the one that we use at Burn, they're so intense. Like to maintain like a status, like a gold status, you have to hit a certain number.
I'm glad I don't have that anymore.
Oh my God. You got to hit a certain number of exercise points and there's like this leaderboard and like some people.
I remember.
Yeah. Some people wear it all day long because they want to stay at the top. It's like so intense. And it's like.
For what? What do you win?
What
do you win?
It's fun at certain times of the year. It really is. Like I enjoy the competition of it at certain times of the year for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny. Yeah.
Well, do you ever do the competitions on your Apple Watch with someone?
I actually haven't done that.
that can be a crazy time too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wait, I haven't done that.
Oh, I feel one coming then.
Actually, though, you know me. So interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Just know the pros and cons if you're using them. There are things again that are super beneficial to it. I like knowing when I hit my like walk goal or my step goal.
Right.
Maybe
for me, it's good at work. So if I kind of know that I'm behind a little bit.
Yeah.
I might not get to the 10,000 or whatever, but if I'm like, it's, halfway through the day and I'm at 1,800, I'm like, it's time to get my butt up. And we're going to walk to the far restroom instead of the close one.
I like that. Yeah. So it does tell you. So that, there are pros and cons. Just know, I'm not going to give like a specific, like,
you have.
So I believe like during these busy times, a lot of the things that are happening and going on are celebrations. Right. So like, I like fitness trackers. I really do. We'll have
we're both wearing one.
Yeah. I love my Apple Watch. I do like My Zones too. They're more accurate, but I think you just have to pick your goal wisely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And honestly, for me, a lot of times it's less about like end of the day. Did I hit it or not? It's more like during the day.
Yes.
It kind of reminds me like I have to get up and go or do something or, you've like, oh, are you dead? Are you breathing? Because I have nothing moving on there.
Oh, yeah. And then do you get the breathe notification? Yeah. That thing scares the shit out of me.
Take a moment.
I'm like, oh my God, am I not breathing? I'm like, I don't feel like I'm having a panic attack. Do you ever in the middle of the day randomly get a notification that your heart rate's like super high?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'm like, oh my God, what am I thinking about? That's a good notification. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
To tell you like, hey, your heart's pounding. Like, are you having like, what thought is causing you to have anxiety?
And I also get the opposite. Like your heart rate's really low.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Usually that's when I'm like sitting at my desk and I'm really quiet and I haven't really moved because maybe I'm grading papers and reading or something. So it probably thinks I'm sleeping.
Oh.
Or something.
That's interesting, huh?
I'm like, nope, I'm still here. I'm live.
I'm here. Don't you worry. I'm not done. It's so funny. 2 other things that we want to touch on.
Yep. So another one is being flexible. That was a little bit rough for me in the beginning. I'm getting there.
You're definitely getting there. I think it's hard for a lot of people, right? A lot of people need to learn to be flexible with their routines. It's like, okay, if you're not an athlete, you're not someone who is going to break their body if they lift full body 3 days a week on the days they didn't plan.
Sure.
So like you're not lifting super heavy. You're not doing things that are going to harm you unless you're doing like them insanely wrong or you're not with a coach or something like that. But like if you mix up the days a little bit that you're supposed to train certain things and you only go for a walk or like you do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and you don't work out Thursday to Monday, like it's not the end of the world.
Life happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's what I've had to realize.
It's not the thing that's going to stop you. Being flexible with your days. It's like if you get the workouts in, how you get them in is not going to be the thing that doesn't get you results. And I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that.
Yeah. No, you and I had that conversation today. I really wasn't sure I could work some of the days. And
I was like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme. Actually, yeah. So you and your husband are kind of switching time slots with me. And I kind of explained how the program works. I was like, I write a 6-week program. It's pretty much the damn same for 6 weeks. I sometimes vary it up and add a little bit more resistance or tension or
sometimes it's just on the fly because of equipment that's available, but yeah.
Yeah. And then you're like, so you don't need to know. I do want to know who's coming, but like, it's not the end of the world.
If we switched last minute.
Yeah. Like it won't make or break anything.
Yeah.
So it's you got to be flexible.
Yeah. And fortunately you're flexible with us because it's going to be a little crazy for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. But you got to be flexible with yourself. And that's more important.
Yeah.
You got to be flexible and kind to yourself. Because if you're not kind to yourself, damn, that's a shitty life. That sucks.
Yeah. And, for my husband and I, we're figuring out how to get it done with this season that we're going through. So we're just making it work. The last thing you had put on here is reward yourself.
Yeah. So I like this one, but I'm going to rephrase it in a different manner. During times of fullness or busy schedules, most of the time there are celebrations, celebrating a lot of different things. Again, like birthdays, there's graduations, there's baby showers, there's weddings, there's all
events. It's event season.
And take that time, and it's not like this is not about food. This is about joy. And celebrate like the life that you have and how healthier you are to live it. And when you're in these moments, truly celebrate. And when I say reward yourself, like be joyful for how hard you are working on yourself and that you're able to do these things. And yeah, of course, have a piece of cake or enjoy food a little bit. Don't stop yourself from living your life. You don't have to like not do things because you're so stuck on your fitness routine or you have to do certain things. And I do preach seasons of intensity and cutting things out for 30 days and like Whole30s and this and that and intense lifestyle changes. You know I do.
Oh yeah.
But during times of celebration, be grateful that you have these fun times and reward yourself with joy. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself be joyful. Let yourself be proud of your ability to balance and your ability to do such difficult things and your ability to, just do all these things and be a part of these events and with your children and with your family and with, your campaign or all that. So when I say reward yourself, I mean, allow yourself to celebrate, because if you're not celebrating moments in life, then time is just passing.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah. That's how you handle a full schedule and staying motivated during that time.
I like how you've adopted full as well.
I truly have. It was an easy switch, actually.
Yeah. So if you don't know what we're talking about, go back a couple episodes where we talked about the difference between busy and full.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've had a strong theme of that recently, but I think it rings true to a lot of people. Thank you for listening to this episode, you guys, in our brand new studio. And with that being said,
I got this. Hey guys, thanks for listening this week. Please leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts. For more I Got This content, please make sure to follow, like, and share on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or you can always go to our website, igotThisPod.com for more info. As always, thanks for listening. See you next Monday.